It's day 2 of the Intra-African Trade Fair, and this year's event is already proving to be most successful, with deals being closed into their billions already. Afreximbank today provided financing of close to $5 billion to support commercial initiatives in the logistics, transport, energy, and new technology sectors.
There are various agreements that we've seen today, going from transactions in the digital economy to logistics to oil and gas. So they cover a whole range of activities, all reflecting the focus we have to continue to support our economies to recover from COVID-19, to enable us to use the resources we have to transition to renewable energy without hurting development, to also make it possible to continue to use the digital, which is extremely important, to use the digital to leap into so many things where we as Africans have been left behind.
For Afreximbank, these are concrete initiatives that will help in building a more robust African economy. Despite being postponed several times due to the COVID pandemic, the Intra-African Trade Fair is proving to be most successful. According to the president of Afreximbank, who made this first assessment on the second day, he stated that the available reports showing participations have gone beyond expectations are reasons to be satisfied.
We are really very, very, very pleased with what we've seen. First of all, I do not know the final count, but the registrations, even before we came here, had topped 11,000 people. We have about 1,100 exhibitors. We have 200 exhibitors who are exhibiting virtually, because this is the first hybrid virtual fair we are having under this program. We have 7 heads of state and governments who are here. We are really very appreciative to the government of South Africa, to the government of KwaZulu-Natal province, to all the countries that have come, to the president and the prime ministers that are here, including my own president, President Buhari, who was here. We thank all of them for the great support.
The main weakness of the intra-African trade today is the lack of information. The affirmation is from Professor Benedict Oramah, the president of the Afreximbank, who is committed to reducing the asymmetry of information between the different actors of the African economic chains.
The greatest problem that we have in promoting intra-African trade is lack of access to trade information. Somebody who is in Ghana does not know what Burkina Faso actually exports, what he or she can buy from there. That is why many African countries import from outside Africa at a much higher cost the same products their neighbor exports to the world at a lower price. So what we want to do is to open an opportunity for African businesses to meet themselves, to get to know what their neighbors and other African countries have to offer, to begin to trust their counterparts in Africa. Because the colonial history of Africa is one that saw the continent divided into 55 countries, small countries that hardly deal with themselves. The work before us is to begin to bring down the borders. And this trade fair is one very strong instrument we can use to begin to bring down the borders. And when we do, through access to information, we are going to see our trade grow. We are going to see our people get richer because we are not trading more with ourselves. We are going to see our economies stronger. We are going to see a move away from export of commodities to more value-added products. Because today we export commodities as we used to do 60, 70 years ago, because the trade pattern has not changed. You send commodities to Europe and recently to Asia. and they bring you manufactured goods. That's the way it works. But if you're trading amongst yourself, you take advantage of the $40 to $60 billion of manufactured goods market you have here. So the economy will begin to change and we get richer. And that's why this is extremely important, what we are doing here.
And as part of these efforts, the IATF's second edition has come to respond to these problems.